Good morning and afternoon, evening to you, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 294 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I will say that the market at the international scene is flat and mixed as we speak now. Flat is in nature and mixed. Let me use that one. Why NGS here has opened on a green note after seeing an inch this morning in terms of technology issue at NGS. We have seen the market has opened and we have seen an uptrend extending from what we saw yesterday. But for the matured market, I'll tell you that the market is still very, flat at this hour in the international market due to what? Due to traders and investors in this matured economy looking forward to the consumer price index we discussed yesterday, and also what the last payroll non-payroll information about labor in that domain have seen sign that yes, that it might support Fed raising rate. But at the end of meeting yesterday, Fed officials were saying that yes, they might also likely to hike rate, as the last one in this expected MPC meeting. But that is also bringing close to an end of the cycle for rate hike. If after this one they are likely to hike, but as to speak now, the basic point they're going to use is if 25 again or less than 25, are they coming to 10? Just like China cut their own with a 10 basic points in the period, are they increasing with 10 basic points? These are the things that market players are trying to digest as we speak now. But the good news is that we saw yesterday that market kind of beaten out in the matured market, up on this news of likely coming to the end of the cycle for rate hike for matured economy. And being that Fed put it in US, whenever the kind of adjust rate is a trend that you see in any other domain. But Asia market, as we speak now, open different from other. Like I said, it's a mixed market. As I say, mixed market. We saw Asia stocks, surging up this morning, or breaking out to the north direction as a market bet on the peak of Fed rate, and also the China stimulus is also reflecting that. We discussed yesterday that China, after lifting the restriction on COVID-19, yes, the economy has been struggling, and that's why they are not sleeping. They're also trying to make sure that they stimulate the economy. They cut rate in their last meeting, and also other form of stimulus to make sure that the economy bounce back. And I tell you that the trade war between that we saw coming up, I think the two countries are trying to manage it. These are things that we believe that will also have impact on that Asia zone, and also we believe that. Now that the comment from the Fed officials this week also suggest that no, that they might likely rate hike, but no further rate hike is what we believe that the likely slow down. Like they said, the cycle of high rate hike is coming to an end. If that happens, we might see also stock market beating out in that domain, because you know that stock market anywhere in the world, when there's rate hike, it hit the market because of what? As the world fund leaving the market, people looking for what? Where there is low risk, and because don't forget that the margin, risk margin in the equity market is high. But when there's rate high, that also automatically trigger a yield or interest in on other instruments. On that note, people are looking at if that is done, that rate start either normalize now or start adjusting down, that it will help the market there. But don't forget that these cankerworms called inflation are not also abated because of what? Because of the crisis of what's happening in Ukraine, that the distorted the distortion in supply chain has not really been certain, even when we're seeing a different economy trying to look inward and kind of take advantage of what they have kind of strength in producing. But see what is happening in Ukraine and Russia is not helping the global flow. But we believe that if peace comes any moment from now, it will normalize things. And that's why I tell you, even when they are forecasting growth for the world, it still does very meager or very minor growth was expect, but fear of recession is already here and there. If rate high continue, but if they are slowing down, and we saw that last time that Bank of Switzerland also slowed down, just like the U.S. Kind of post in their last policy meeting, also saw it there. But let's see what will happen, especially from EU and also from UK and other Western world. But the good thing that more market this hour is, for me, it's not looking bad. Flat, No, even yesterday we saw a bit out flat at this morning, while some markets are mixed, like I said earlier. Technology stocks also no in Asia market are a bit no looking interested, no looking up in the hope of what of Fed post rate post hope. But I see that it's not breaking that, and also the China regulatory relief on some of these technology companies or stock. That is what is also impacting them. But in US, fear of rate hikes also affecting the tech industry. But we're seeing that today more companies like Tesla and others are launching new products in mature economy like US. That also is a plus for the market as to speak. But I believe that also the property back stock in when I mean property, those just like we have a UPDC here, the property back stock in US also are also looking up again, on the stimulus measure that the government. That means those property the back stocks are also looking up. And this was said as an investor, you must look at what is behind the stock. Is the commodity back? Like now, we saw that oil price rebounded, in the international market as a result of what? One, the currency, which is the general currency. You know that dollarize the economy. That's why China and Russia and China are trying to look at. Let us not dollarize the world. That it will be that only dollar is what they use for what for exchange rate for international market. But because dollar hit also 2 months low, we saw that commodity market also created out more demand because when dollar is low, people can have access to what to more commodity to buy. And then you saw that oil price are rebounded after oscillating the previous week, open positive this on Monday, screw back that same Monday. But this hour, I think that they are rebounded slightly to trade around 78.38 dollar per barrel. This is a result of what this currency dollar kind of losing value, or let's say going back to as a 2 months low. These are the things that's also impacting positively on the market as we speak. But in some sectors that are benefiting from all this, for the general market in the market economy, and missed, as I said earlier, I think that Asia is looking up, while US market is mixed and flattish, and also in Europe, Europe is not left behind. Market there is also very dicey, flat and mixed. And as I told you about oil price up touching on the cost of dollar going down, and this touching 2 months low. And Amazon, I mentioned earlier, launching a new product, and all these are the things that are Apple at the same time. These are the things that also as a partner positively in that market or supporting market as all eyes are what on the earning season globally. It is not only Nigeria that are looking forward to earning season. These are the things that is also driving this market in that space. But coming back home, also looking at what is happening in Africa, I tell you that African market still remain no miss but stronger. Why is it stronger? As any city is coming, we have seen that in part of the African country, we have seen also that this inflation has not helped matter, but we have seen that economy is coming back gradually in most of this African continent, and also because of the potential we also have, we have seen that funds are also coming to Africa zone or emerging market for what for investment, and that's why the new government here in Nigeria, you can see that this policy statement they are making, and they are trying to implement how is foreign investors or foreign institutions or agencies are seeing that we are already trying to put Nigeria in the right path of what for progress in terms of economy, and these are what they've been clamoring for a long time. But if this president or this government is trying to make things work for more to attract more foreign inflow, would that also have a way of transforming the economy? But I believe that we'll do more of foreign investors if we're having direct investment, not portfolio investors that are also pushing the market up here. If you really want to drive economic expansion, it is when you attract more of what of foreign direct investment that will establish factories that will go and do companies in Nigeria that will employ Nigeria. Fine, but the portfolio investors are not totally bad, but because go to make the market active so that the local companies that are not listed can come to be listed so that they can get cheaper funds. They also that are listed can have access to what to fund, because when the market is doing well, that everyone want to do the right issue because people are making money can already have access to cheaper fund. That's why when market is good, I believe that it creates a lot of opportunity for the economy, and I believe that this government understand how to use capital market. That's why they are making the market attractive. So that anytime they come to the market to raise funds, even corporate bodies, if they are not coming as government, that it will encourage the private sectors led corporate to come to exchange, even though that are listed already, to expand and employment in Nigeria. I think this is a method of because already we have seen that the interest rate is high, which most of these companies cannot go and borrow at the rate now. It's going to affect their what operation. But I tell you that also, as all eyes are, are on the coming NPC meeting in Nigeria here, I will tell you that the manufacturing sector are already getting the heat of the new policy, of the government. One, the new single exchange rate is also, influencing the activities, and also the high interest rate, and also as all eyes are on the NPC meeting that's coming, are they going to see, high rate to manage inflation? Because inflation data for the month of May, as we say, is already around 22.41, and who to know that for the month of June, because of the policy implementation or policy statement, what has changed, economic reform, how it's going to affect inflation again, and interest rate is already high. Then what are we doing? And I believe that the reform that the government is also doing in the monetary policy angle, and also the financial sector reset that is ongoing, how is going to play out to support the government dream of having what the six, no, six, the 6% GDP growth. These are the things that I believe that the opposite government is a major tax on them. That is the first one in this new administration. What are they going to say? Because the fiscal authority and monetary policy has to come together to drive the economy. Because I tell you, financials of companies are influenced by policy of the fiscal authority policy, monetary policy, inflation, interest rate. All these have impact on what on a company operating in that domain. That's why we need to know to look forward to see what the outcome of the MPC will look like. And also before then, by next week, we'll also be expecting to see the inflation figure for the month of June. That also assist the committee on what to do. But I believe that at this point that we're seeing all these changes, that the monetary policy should kind of either leave the rate unchanged at this point, because if you high interest rate to attract foreign investment, but when they're going to squeeze the economy, if you leave it until to watch how things play out, so I can really know direction. But I believe that since the president or the team we're having as advising committee on monetary, on physical, let's see how all going to put their heads together and give us, because at now the economy is at a crossroad, because inflation rate is high, interest rate is high, the reforms are hitting up, putting pressure on inflationary, no pressure already in a hyperinflation that we're already expressing. All these reforms are going to bring more on inflation, and how we're going to address the issue, how long we're going to stay in this high inflationary pressure, how long we're going to stay in this environment before now go into things coming down gradually in Nigeria. I think it's a lot of tasks for the government and the monetary policy so that they can come together and address this issue amicably. If that is done, I know we are heading somewhere. For that, as investors are looking forward to see the earnings season, yes, we're seeing how supportive the ongoing economic reform of the operating statement of the government has supported the market to this level, and also the expected earnings, which will be a major direction that market will that way market will go. Yes, we know that fundamentals like policy of government, inflation of the board, the other major fundamental that is key that investors will use to revalue stocks they are investing is this company earnings that we are looking for to see, which is the Q2 number, half year, anything we call it. These are the things that will shape the price of stock again, because price of stock are hitting new high. As we speak now, our market has even gotten to a level to surpass the highest we have seen in the market history, 2008. That means market is going to all-time high. We are going heading to. And for me, we need to also manage all this as investors so that it won't be carried away with all these factors driving the market. Understand that these factors has also limits, and also some of them are sentiment, some are fundamental back movement. You need to understand so that you won't be carried away with the upside market. You know exactly when to balance your portfolio as investor. These are the things you need to do whenever you are trading. Don't allow the upside side for the market to take your mind away, looking only just to make profit, No, it is time for you also to balance your position as investor or trader, so that you won't be hooked in any position, but rather you take advantage of information we are sharing here, and also knowing how to continually do what we call sectoral rotation in your portfolio. They are, like I said, I mentioned part of inflation, interest rate on the manufacturing sector, while the service sector has a way of playing around this. And also the power of inelastic product and elastic product is also very, very important, because as we are going into this pressure period, there are some companies that are going to be hit in terms of their cost will increase, they're going to eat into their into their earnings, into their profit. Those are, even though what is happening, they are, at the end of the day, we want to see a kind of a boost in their earnings. These are the things, because I will tell you, whether in a bull market, in a bear market, earnings is what price feed on. when you see liquidity in the market and earnings come is positive, no matter how price the price go, it will still go high because earnings are looking good. There's liquidity in the market. That's why you need to understand how to use earning now, all eyes on this earning as it comes. It's going to help us position our portfolio where we'll be heading to at the end of the day as investors. That's why I said I don't believe in one leg what investment. That's why you must know how to combine your fundamental technical analysis, sentiment effectively to make what to make informed investment decision. Yes, we'll come back to our market here to see what is happening locally in the market now so that we can from here take a clue what investors are doing. Yes, because of the glitch we have this morning, the normal site where we use for our technical analysis, we are seeing that the chart is not representing what is happening today. They've not even connected to our market as we speak, but we'll still play around it so that we can take other information. That's why I didn't start with the chart so that we can normally look at the chart later, but because of what is happening now, the chart is not live. They are still struggling with this site for them to come live with our NGS. But NGS this morning, what happened has changed a lot of things. We cannot see what as I speak now. Yesterday, no price index action was still seen here. I was probably refreshed to see whether it has come up. Before I start, it's still not up then. Let me see if they connected to what is happening live in the market. See, they've not connected what is happening right here in the market. So shows that no the 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 adjustment that we have or the glitch in terms of the index this morning is still have not been resolved. But let me check individual stocks. This index, let me see individual stocks for today if they have changed. If they change, I will know so that we know exactly. Let me look at FCMB to see if the market has. Yes, it's like the index is one have not changed. Other stock fine, good. Other stocks has changed. You can see the breakout for this one for SMB. Look at it. Even look at all this when we go to the chart. Yes, it's only the index has not changed. Then we can now chart other other stocks on the exchange. If the index has not changed, we can do others that are still there. Now we can look at them and see what we can do with them. Let me come to let me continue where I stopped so that we can move from there. As you look at the market today, I'll tell you that the NGS this morning has at this hour has hit 65,701.84, up by almost 1.68% up, representing about 1,188.15. That means the market is up this morning with more than 1,000 gain in the index basic point. For me, it's a good one for the market. And if you look at also for you to get exactly what is happening on the NGS, you can see that knowing the full number of gainers is difficult now because they cannot sort it. But from our side now, we can see that the market, the top losers as we speak now are the champion brewery. You can see that from Adeco, is still there. You can see COVID business solution and Union Daikon and Beja Paint. These are the top losers as we speak, in the market. But if you look at the gainers chart also, we are seeing that Cavaton, is leading with 10% gain. There are a lot of them. We can see that Black Communication, FTN Coco. You can see the life of Miss Oil, which is a MRS, and also Omatech. All these are penny stock. They are also what apart from Miss MRS oil and the others all are penny stocks. For me, we need to also watch that. The more you see penny stock go up, you need to play caution with the market. But I believe that this is what guide us this morning because they will go back to see the chart for individual stock. But if you look at in terms of volume as we speak now, Jahis Bank is leading with what with volume this morning. We're seeing that about the 34.12 million shares traded so far, followed by FCMB 21.31 million shares traded so far. Also, the life of Universal Insurance also around the 31 kobo, traded around the 25.6 million shares. Transcorp is also looking up in terms of price about traded 17.36 million shares, and Charms also at 128 16.1. This is the volume we're seeing in the market as we speak now at this moment. These are the market situation in terms of index. But looking at the chart itself, I told you that our index is not reflected in position because of what happened this morning. As we speak, it's at the price close yesterday we're seeing here. But for other stocks that are still active in the market, from look at the FCMB that I put early so that we can chart FCMB and call up our indicators on that stock to see this breakout we're seeing in FCMB. Is it sustainable? That we know, because we saw kind of a breakout, and I will call it a gap out or a gap up in the what in the stock. You can see the price here, hitting 7 naira, almost above 7 naira. You can see as well as almost a 7 50 step, but coming down now, a couple of profit taken, and also you can see it here. It pulled back at this level. I tell you that this is the market situation. But let's call up our indicators to guide us more. Looking at these individual stocks in the market right away. Let's go to our normal indicators. We call our MACD, followed by our money flow and our T line. This indicator is what we use in this platform, and we don't want to crowd the chart with indicator, the one that relates with you, and that work for you. You can use it, but for understanding, for easy, you use the one that you can interpret. I think the T line acts as what our resistance and support charts line. Here you can see that as you see the market trading above what the T line, say that the market is strong. But when T line turns to to resistance, that means the index action or price action is trading below the T line. That is that the market is also weak and also market is going down. But as we speak now, you look at what is happening in FCMB. This is a stronger momentum in FCMB. Looking at the MACD momentum here, and also money flow also reading around the 89 for FCMB on a day chart. For me is a good one. You can see the gap up here, but you can see that the stock has also slowed down to trade around the 7 after it had touched as high as almost 731, 32, but pulling back again at this point to see what the stock is doing at the 7 naira. This profit taking activities we can see here. But let's look at the other time frame. I tell you, you must look at where the direction of the stock first for the market. But because the index is not having the index is because of the problem in the morning. But that's why we're starting with the stocks. But if you look at where the price action is going, we're seeing also the stock making higher in terms of prices. But now the stock is pulled back here because of profit taking after testing 7 naira 31, 32 kobo, pull back. Like you can see it here. But let's look at other time frame. Quick one. I want us to look at 15-minute chart. It's very, very important to see what it is saying about the stock. On the 15-minute chart, you can already see that there's profit taking here later in the stock that pull back already. You can see it here. MACD is bearish and money flow is low on 15-minute chart. You can see that the stock, the candlestick is slightly below the T line. If you can see very well here on a 15-minute chart. Let's see how it goes and watch very well. But let's look at the 5-minute chart for the same stock. You can clearly see it here. That you can see it here. It's coming down. But finally, look at the 1-hour chart for FCMB. It's not profit taking. You can see that 1-hour chart has confirmed, so you can be clearer. You can see after you can see that after touching up here, you can pull back. Touch almost 740, 730, like I said, for pulling back. You can see it here. It has been trading above the T line. Here it's all the space pull back now. It's not resting on T line. It has not broken down, but it's already a sign of profit taking in 1-hour chart so that you watch. That's why you look at this time, especially in a live market, to know what is happening. But this pullback in SBB will create opportunity for those pros to buy the stock. I said it earlier that the banking sector is the net beneficiary of what the government is doing today. The infusion of exchange rate, the high interest rate we have seen so far, and also trading of other instruments in the market because they are buoyant. Even though the TGB, that's why that we saw last option that there was a pullback in terms of the rate with TGB, but still these banks are benefiting all this. For that, investors should also take advantage. At the end of the day, going to impact on the bottom line of the bank. Just like the high interest rate is going to influence either negatively or have impact on some sector, or some manufacturing sector or industrial sector, while some are able to play around it in a closed sector, able to survive. But I tell you, policy has a way of bringing the closed sector down or bringing the sector up. That you as an investor should always look at all this and know what to do at the right time because it has a way of influencing performance of company no matter who their company is, or because policy has influence or direction, at any given time, is made or is being implemented. For me, SMB, if you are there, if you are taking profit, I believe that some are not greedy ones. You are taking profit, fine. Then if you want to wait and buy, I think the pullback is also an opportunity. When now as we speak, it's already on the flat on the T line. Once you break it down, you can be thinking of the come up for you can jump in. But a pullback already is an opportunity for you to take advantage of what is happening in the market as we speak right away. Then other ones we look at here, let's quickly look at what is happening in Jahis Bank. See Jahis Bank also looking up. Let's look at what is happening in Jahis Bank as we speak now, that you also should know what to do if you're in this position also in Jahis Bank. What are you doing? The other big banks, the Zenith Bank, GT Bank, I see that also saw profit taking activity in them yesterday. But let's see how far also going to go. This is Jahis Bank in a 1 hour chart. You can see that it's still flat, and we're seeing that the MACD is positive because that it's ascending up. That there's no sign of divergence already. Money flow is also coming up, not too high, around 65. So good one for on a 1 hour chart. Then go back and see what the 15-minute chart saying about Jahis Bank. On the 15-minute chart, you can see that yes, it's flat here. You can see on the T line. If you look at all this chart here, but if you look at your MACD, it's still bearish, but not much. You can see that the money flow is slow on this direction. Let's quickly look at the 5-minute chart. Almost the same thing with the 15-minute chart. That means for Jahis Bank, there's still strength. If you come and look at the 1 hour chart for Jahis Bank, that will give you for a day chart for Jahis Bank. You can see on it, I can see a strong, a stronger for me, a stronger candlestick for Jahis Bank as the price has almost crossed the 2 naira this morning. You can see the position as we speak. I believe that this MACD is also ascending. You can see this was also ascending up on the stock. I believe that this discussion will have this morning on NGS, the tech and on the platform, they also affected some flow on the chart today. But let's look at how far will MRS go on this in this market as we speak now. We also want to look at MRS and see how far will it go in the market so that investors will also know what they should do with their position. It's very, very important because we are all in the market to make money. If you understand how to use your chart, you won't be carried away with upside the market. Look at what the stock is doing. As we speak now, the stock can see that on a 1 hour on a day chart, you can see what you are saying. Then that that touched almost 109, which is yesterday. I think there is no new price because I believe that stock has moved. Okay, that is what it's trading now. Correct. 109. I can see it here. Now let's see the price. I can see the formulation. I can see volume coming out, and we're seeing MACD ascending. I can see this histogram ascending up. Money flow looking up to read around 81 for the stock. Quick look at the 1 hour chart for the stock. What is saying? 1 hour stock is very strong. You can see that it's still 10 above the T line here. You can see it here above the T line. MACD is also looking up. The money flow is not too strong for this stock as we speak here. Around 60, around 65, 61.9 for money flow for oil. Let's quickly look at what is happening in also in GPSC, that the market yesterday battered with the profit taking. Is it garden strength this hour? And I want to know. Let's look at the chart and see what the momentum of the stock as we speak. Sorry. Yeah, you can see that this stock has given us a sign of this on a 1 hour chart. For you can see what we're seeing, but it's trying to resist resist the decline. You can see the price now after touching 140 141, see, but you can see it's below the T line now on the 1 hour chart, but it's also but MACD has also kind of confirmed a bearish divergent profit taking. You can see it here, see the blue bar percentage gone down, money flow is also looking down. For me, also watch, let's look at the 15-minute chart for this it's on profit taking already. But the good thing that funds also is gone back on that stock. That stock might likely rebound. You can see the formation here flat, try to resist the decline at that point. Let's see how far it's going to go from here. That is very, very important for us here as investors. We need to understand what is happening in the market. But I believe that with what we have just shared now, to have an insight what is happening in the market, despite the index not moving here because of the issues we kind of experience in the market today. But I believe that as the market go on, we to watch, and I believe also that traders in the market should not be greedy in this kind of market environment, like I always say, because the way it is, once you have made money in the penny stock you have entered, you can now exit with your profit. Might not sell totally utterly down, but take profit and move toward other stock where you see there's opportunity where you can also make money in the market. I think that is the best way we should go around the market now. Omatech is also let's talk that let's see quickly see let's look at what is happening in Omatech and looking at this penny stock so that you know what to do so that you don't be carried away with this penny stock movement. So at the end of the day, when these stocks have created wealth for you or giving you good application, know exactly when to come out of them and move with the trend of the market going to where there's no rally yet, because I'll tell you as the market has rallied, there are some fundamental stance stocks that are yet to move. That is where at a taking profit you should be looking at. But I believe that will be the next move in the market after this rally. To target those stocks that are not moving now and that has fundamental as anything is around the corner. The ones that are no fundamental that have rallied with the sentiment, with the perception, with low price attraction, with expectation in the market, fine, they are good, but you need to know when to what also play down your all this yo-yo stock that are making and enter those stock that matters so that you won't get your finger burnt at the end of the day. I mentioned Omatech. Let's quickly look at Omatech now and see what we can what is happening in Omatech. You need to see and so that we can start see what is happening in Omatech now and see what we can get from there. But these are stocks that I talk. You can see also, you can show that where the stock starts rally, you can see that this stock peak from this level and that has been above the T line. This is a day, day chart. You can see it and still keep making up movement. You can see the stock still moving and momentum is high. But I tell you, volume is also coming out to support this movement. That is the beauty of it. As volume is coming, also the day you start seeing this volume filling out, something is happening. That's why as the bullish is run, the bullish run is being enjoyed now. Know when to take profit. Don't be carried away because these stocks, the number to support this price that they are entering now, and most of them are hitting their new 50 high, almost a 3 years high, 5 years high because of what market rally now. Just from May to date. For that, you know how to trade this penny stock. That is why I need to call this market, and it's my concern that you invest intelligently with knowledge so that all these stocks are giving you money also. But penny stock are good, they can usually give you quicker money returns because of low price and a small volume and money can change their price. And that as you use to rally, also know when to come out of it and excuse yourself so that you won't just regret being there. Because when the chip is down, who will pick it for you become a problem. And that's why we must have it at the back of our mind that we must not toy with our portfolio because we want to make a good profit. It's better the little profit you take and your capital is protected. It will no matter how smart you are or how sophisticated you are as a investor. If the market, if there's a loss in your portfolio and you have no fund to continue, it's going to affect your what? Your portfolio. Even the market is going up, your head and that fund. That's why in any strategy you are doing, you must not to work, conserve or preserve capital as to target a gain or profit in the process. And that is how we will likely to close the class for today. And also, I will let the house know that I won't be available. I have a conference that is starting tomorrow till next week. Tuesday. That means we'll start our class again from that Tuesday. So I'm Lagos time, but I'll be, I pray I'll be on time. But Tuesday on Wednesday we'll start up our live class again. This week our normal no Q&A won't be holding because of what I won't be around. I'm joining the conference from tomorrow, and I want to appreciate you all for your time. And for today, I'll say enjoy the rest of your trading day as we look forward to see what the market does. It's a good one. The market is already surpassing 2008 all-time high. And that means our market is entering to join the life of Japan market that is recording 33 years high. And now already we're almost hitting 16 years high in our market. That means we can count more with the moment we are seeing the market. On that note, what I say, don't be carried away again. to the upside market, take profit, and invest in those fundamental stock and accumulate more. Because the trend we're seeing is likely to take us higher to, but don't be carried away with this trend. Always know when to take profit and come back to that stock. And so a way of you can also accumulate more in that stock we have for both for traders and for investors. On this note, I say thank you and see you next week, Wednesday. We'll notify you for Tuesday, anytime about I won't be around till Monday, either on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the time I enter Lagos and not do class. I will say thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Cheers.